Om apavitra pavitro va sarva avastang gatopi va yat smaret pundarik akshang sabhaya abhyantara suchihi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Anjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangong Langhayate Giring Yat Kripatamahang Bandi Sri Gurung Dinataranam Yat Kripatamahang Bande Parama Ananda Madhavam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Trinadapi Sunichena Tarar Iva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Hare Nama, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam. Klo Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatir Anyata. Since I will be reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, I would like to add this verse to my Mangalacharana prayer by Sutta Goswami. Tatra kirtayato vipra viparsher bhuri tejasa ahang chadyagamang tatra nivashtastad anugrahat sohang vasravayashyam yataditang yatamati. So this verse means that when Sutta Goswami was answering the questions of the sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Shaunaka, he told them that I'm going to recite Srimad Bhagavatam to you exactly as I heard it from Shukadev, the very first recitation. And besides repeating the same message, I'm going to also share with you and explain to you my own realizations. So I like this verse because in the same way I've tried in my preaching all these years just to give Srila Prabhupada's teachings, and I also give my personal little tricks of the trade. If everybody's ready, please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So after the battle of Kurukshetra, after the disappearance of Bhishma, after Ashvatthama twice tried to annihilate. First, he tried to kill he did kill the sleeping sons of Draupadi. And then Arjuna promised retaliation. So Ashvatthama sent a Brahmastra, and Krishna helped Arjuna how to neutralize, because that was coming to attack the Pandavas. Then another Brahmastra was sent by Ashvatthama, and it was targeted towards Uttara, and she was carrying the heir apparent of the Pandavas. Who was that heir apparent? Parikshit. So another Brahmastra, so Uttara, she prayed to Krishna, and her prayer is very significant, because she said, this fiery arrow is coming towards me. That's all right. Let it kill me, but spare the child in my womb. Such high consciousness of Uttara. And of course, Krishna protected Parikshit in the womb. Therefore, another name for Parikshit is Vishnu Rata, one who was protected by Vishnu. Because technically it was Krishna as Super Soul in his four-handed form, which protected the embryo. So then, Krishna, everything is done. Yudhishthira is now king. And so Krishna has been staying in Hastinapur. So he says, now it's time for me to go back home. Back to where? Dwaraka. Very good. We have some scholars here. Very nice. I like this group that you have assembled. Let's give them. Very nice.
Good job.
Yes. I can see elevated audience. So Krishna just about got on his chariot and he was stopped by Kuntee. And Kuntee offered a stream of very beautiful prayers. Prabhupada twice gave a series of lectures, Los Angeles and also Mayapur, on these prayers by Queen Kuntee. So as my Sankirtan for the day, I'm not doing the Sanskrit, but I just want to read and comment a little bit on these prayers of Queen Kuntee. All in favor say, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for being such a nice audience. Srimati Kuntee said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything, and yet you are invisible to all. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service unto the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. So, how then can we women know you perfectly? I do have a few Sanskrit slokas. Please repeat, these are easy. Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya Cha, Nandagopa Kumaraya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda, and the other cowherder men of Vrindavan, and the enlivener of the cows and senses. Another Sanskrit, easy. Please repeat. Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankaja Angraye. You guys are doing really good. I like this. I'm not used to such an elevated audience. My respectful obeisances unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with the depression like a lotus flower. Question: somebody took birth from that lotus flower. Who? Lord Brahma. Which form of Krishna? Garbhoda. Hey. Very good. You are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers. Your glance is as cool as the lotus, and your feet are engraved with lotuses. Oh, everybody say, Hrishikesha, Master of the senses, Lord of lords, you have released your mother Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious King Kamsa, and you have released me and my children from a series of constant dangers. My dear Krishna, your lordship has protected us from a poisoned cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from sufferings during our exile in the forest, and from the battle where great generals fought. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashvatthama. Now this verse, this is beyond me. I could not honestly say this, but Kuntee can, because she's too advanced. Look what she says. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again. I can't pray like that. So that we could see you again and again. So I guess that's the trade-off. Yes. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. So I guess it kind of makes sense, because she's assured of Krishna's protection. Yes. But in my stage, I do not pray, yes, Krishna, make me more sick. No. Just the opposite. Here come two very powerful statements by Kuntee. My Lord, you can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feeling. So that's, Kuntee is pointing out what should be our goal in our chanting, in our praying. To be able to do this chanting and praying with sincere feeling. In the beginning, when we first start out, we do it on the order of the spiritual master. But as we advance, as the process of hearing and chanting and purification starts to mature, then one can come to a stage where they call out to Krishna with sincere feeling. That's a very auspicious sign that you can call out to Krishna in sincerity. Okay, here's another Sanskrit, little more difficult. So let's see how you do. Namo kinchana vittaya nivritta guna vrittaye atma ramaya shantaya kaivalya pataye namaha. My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. Who can give the best example of Krishna being inclined to somebody impoverished? Who's the classic example? Yes, Sudama, which we read about in Krishna book and in 10th canto. He was so poor, his wife had to go to the neighbor to beg some rice to bring to Krishna. That's poor. And Krishna, Sudama was reluctant. But Krishna, because he's God, he knew, oh yes, my devotee has brought me something. So Krishna snatched the rice and he ate. And then Rukmini stopped him, wouldn't let him take a second, because Rukmini was afraid if Krishna takes another one, I'll have to go to Sudama's house and serve him hand and foot. I don't want to leave Krishna. So, Rukmini was thinking, oh, this uncooked rice will give Krishna indigestion. So there were several reasons why Rukmini. And besides, even that one morsel was enough to satisfy Krishna. Prabhupada once said, if you can actually feed Krishna one time from your hand, your life is successful. So when we do our offerings, again, with sincere feeling, because you never know, Krishna will actually accept it. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. Oh, do you know the names of the 3 modes of nature? What are they? Goodness. What comes next? Last one's ignorance. Which one? Passions. There you go. Very good. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and master of the monists. So this quality of Krishna, self-satisfied, Atmarama, Aptakama. It's discussed by Parikshit and Shukadev and Prabhupada in Krishna book. Why there was no fault in the rasa dance of Krishna. Krishna did not go there for sense gratification, because Krishna is Atmarama. He is already self-satisfied. He's Aptakama. Any desire he has, who fulfills it? Huh? Or, specifically, who is the topmost devotee? Radha is there. Every year I study that verse that defines Radha. And one of the names is that anything Krishna wants, Radharani supplies it. Sarvakanti. Anything Krishna, boom. It's like my wife told me a couple of days ago, Sunday we will have pancakes. Now if I was Krishna, pancakes, boom, there they are. I'm dependent on my wife to make the pancakes. I'm not Krishna. But that's Krishna. Aptaram, Aptakam. My Lord, I consider your lordship to be eternal time. Where else does it say that Krishna is eternal time? Bhagavad, where? What chapter? No. Universal form? 11. Very good. Who said that? Very good. Yes. Chapter 11. When Arjuna sees the universal form and he says, who are you? What is your mission? And the universal says, what? I am time. And what's my business? Yes. Destroy everything. I consider you to be the supreme controller without beginning and end, the all-pervasive one. What? There are 2 names of Krishna, which means he is all-pervasive. They both start with the letter V. Well, think of 2 names of Krishna that start with V, and you're going to be right. Vasudev, yes. And the other one? Vishnu, yes. Very good. Both of those names mean that Krishna is all-pervasive. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. What, if I go outside, what would be a good example to explain how Krishna is equal in distributing his mercy? If I go outside right now. Huh? Sun, yes. Very good. The sun does not discriminate. Not for you. No, the sun is there. If I stay in my house or my basement, I don't get a suntan. I have to take a walk, get out in the sun, get that. Even Prabhupada said the sun gives you vitamin D. I think the modern scientists also say the same thing. We knew that from Prabhupada. Vitamin D, the sun. The dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse, because it goes back to the fundamental reason why we're here. We're here is because we're all trying to lord it over the material energy. And because I'm trying to overlord it and you're trying to overlord it, there's going to be a clash. As we see it every day in the United States government. Democrats are fighting the Republicans. It's going to go on and on and on and on, because they want domination. So that's it. Oh Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and are so misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial, because everybody is Krishna's part and parcel, yes? We're all children of God. So it's not that Krishna discriminates. No, in Krishna's eyes, we're all equal. We're all his children. But some of us see Krishna as the enemy, as the problem. But not you. You don't see Krishna as an enemy. You see Krishna either as the Supreme Almighty or your supreme friend. Right? Different levels of appreciation of Krishna, different rasas. The atheists and the demons, they don't want relationship with Krishna. They want to compete. We see in the pages of Bhagavatam, one demon after another, after another, after another, all trying. They saw Krishna as an enemy. The first one, of course, was Kamsa. On the marriage day of Vasudeva and Devaki, when he heard the oracle, immediately, then, oh yeah, now this Krishna is my enemy. But Krishna, no. And Prabhupada used to say that Krishna is like an equal opportunity employer. If you want Krishna as an enemy, okay. If you want me like that, I'll be your enemy. If you want me as friend, I can be your friend. For instance, Bhishma, on the battle of Kurukshetra, he chose to be on the opposite side because he wanted to see Krishna in that angry mood. Maybe you've seen the picture. Arjuna's chariot is stuck in the mud. Krishna has picked up the wheel of a broken chariot, and he's rushing towards Bhishma. And Bhishma's like, yes, I'm ready. He wants that. He wants to see Krishna. On his deathbed of prayers, he even mentioned it when Bhishma was on his deathbed. Who was there at his feet? Krishna, yes. Waiting for the sun to set, Bhishma offered his prayers because Bhishma can die only when he wants to die. Even though he's filled with arrows and he's practically lying on a bed of arrows piercing his body. I will die when I want to die. Benediction he got. He got it from his father, right? Yeah? Yeah, he got it from his father. So Bhishma said many things, and he said, yes, Krishna, you charged me like a lion, and your hair was ashen because of all the dust and from the war. And Krishna, as I always say, should get the lifetime achievement of the Academy Awards, because Krishna was actually showing blood. Krishna doesn't have blood. But he was showing it because that's what you need for the movie. This Mahabharata was the original movie. People would, Prabhupada said, in the villages every evening, when Prabhupada grew up, every evening they would go and they would hear the pastimes of the Mahabharata, and that's how they would go to bed. Yes. Of course, it is bewildering, O soul of the universe, that you work although you are inactive, and that you take birth although you are the vital force and the unborn. So these next series of verses, Kuntee is bewildered. You yourself descend amongst animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. All right? What is the aquatic incarnation of Krishna? Matsya. Animal, Varaha, Kurma, half, but still. All right? Sages. Okay, very good. I like Parashurama. Very good. And you said Vamana? No, I could skip that. All right. You heard from last week. Very good. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense. What was the offense? I'm asking the girl. What was the offense? Was he on his cell phone? What was his offense? Yes. What did he do specifically? He did something very bad. What did he do? He broke the butter pot, right? Yeah. Then he also was given to the monkeys, but he broke those. That's pretty naughty. And your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid, although fear personified is afraid of you. So yes, both of these things are true. One of the first verses in the Bhagavatam, that fear personified is afraid even of Krishna's name. Everybody say, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Fear has gone. We have said the holy name. So here, because of what you said earlier, because of Yogamaya, right? Because of Yogamaya, Krishna is playing that he's afraid of his mother. He wants to play like that, enjoy that. Yes. This sight is bewildering to me, so it's interesting. Kuntee is in Hastinapur, but she's heard about these pastimes of Krishna in Gokula. Even last Sunday, I gave a lecture on Bhishma's prayers. Even Bhishma was aware of rasa dance. Interesting that he mentioned something that happened somehow or other without internet. People, devotees, found out about these pastimes of Krishna. Some say that the unborn is born for the glorification of pious kings, and others say that he is born to please King Yadu, one of your dearest devotees. You appear in his family as sandalwood appears in the Malaya hills. Others say that since both Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for you, you have taken birth as their son. Yes, the night of Janmashtami, when Krishna appeared as what? How did Krishna appear?
16.
Huh?
As a 16-year-old boy, I'm sure.
No. A Narayan form. When Krishna appeared as Narayan, he told them, this is the third time I am your son. What was the first time? Yes? What's that? What you said it? Yes? I like this. You should come to the head of the class. Yes. Prishni and Sutapa, Vasudeva and Devaki were previously the son of Prishni and Sutaba, and his name was Prishni Garba. And that same Prishni Garba appeared to what great devotee? 5-year-old boy, not Prahlad, who achieved perfection in 6 months. Dhruva Maharaj, it says, Prishni Garba appeared to him. Then, the second time, Vasudeva and Devaki appeared as Kashyapa and Aditi. And who was the son? You just said it. Vamana, yes. And now the third time, now I'm appearing third time as your son. And after this, what's going to happen? You're going back home, back to Godhead. What a benediction. Undoubtedly you are unborn, yet you take your birth for their welfare and to kill those who are envious of the demigods. Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. This takes us to the beginning of the 10th canto. Somebody is crying in the beginning of the 10th canto. Who's crying? Say it, I didn't hear you. Earth. In what form? Cow. Yes, Mother Earth took the form of a cow. And she went to Lord Brahma, and she had tears in her eyes. And she was saying, I'm feeling too much burden, because Kamsa has created a United Nations of demons. So many military phalanxes. I feel overburdened. But Brahma could not solve. So Brahma, Shiva, all the demigods, Mother Earth, where did they go? No. It's in the material universe. Where did they go? Yes, the shore of the ocean of milk. There's an island in the ocean of milk. What's it called? What color is it? White. A white ocean and a white island. Good luck finding it. And so they prayed. Brahma sat in meditation and he got the message, I am coming. All you demigods, take birth in what family? Yadu dynasty, and act as my assistants, because that's what the demigods are. They're not independent gods. No, they're Krishna's servants. And when Ram appeared, demigods also, they appeared where? How did the demigods help Ram? They took birth as what? The monkeys. Yes. And yet others say that you appeared to rejuvenate the devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshiping. That's what we're doing. We're hearing, we're chanting, we're worshiping. In order that the conditioned souls suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. Yes, by attending these programs, we mentioned this last week, Apavarga Vartmani, the path of liberation. That's when you get connected to ISKCON with devotees, you're on the path of liberation. Here comes I love this verse. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. So even if you can appreciate how someone else is hearing and chanting, you are getting benefit. That's why, what does Lord Chaitanya tell us? To always be on our neck. Humility, humility, tolerance. Give up envy. If you do these things, now you can be happy. O my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today, though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us? Now when all kings will be at enmity with us? As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. Here's a nice name of Krishna. Everybody say, Gadadhar.
Radha.
Anybody know what that means? Huh? Yes. Holder of the mace or, yes, club. Yes. What is the name? What is the name of Krishna's club? It starts with a K. Yes. Kaumodaki. Wow. Yes. You should be invited to every program I do. Yes. Excellent. O Gadadhar Krishna, our kingdom is being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave it, it will not longer be so. So, let's go back to Yashoda. How was Yashoda? When she came back, she saw the broken butter pot. Krishna was away. So how did Yashoda find Krishna? Yes. What kind of footsteps? Yes. And not only that, at the bottom of Krishna's feet, there is markings. So she could see the markings of Krishna's feet. That's why I always used to say, if somebody says, this person is God, or I am God, I would say, can I see your feet first? And if I don't see the markings, then I know, he's another cheater. No, it has to have the markings. All these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits. The rivers are flowing. The hills are full of minerals, and the oceans full of wealth. All this is due to your glancing over them. O Lord of the universe, O soul of the universe, O personality of the form of the universe, please therefore sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and Vrishnis. So this is an explanation of in the 18th chapter, Krishna says, Mam ekam sharanam. You have to surrender to me exclusively. Kuntee is also saying the same thing. Sever my affection on the bodily platform. Now look what she says. O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn unto you without being diverted to anyone else. Mam ekam sharanam. O Krishna, O friend of Arjuna. Yes, Krishna was sometimes referred to as the friend of Arjuna. You would think, oh, Arjuna should be, no. That's how important Arjuna was. That Krishna was sometimes addressed as the friend of Arjuna. O chief amongst the descendants of Vrishni, you are the destroyer of those political parties which are disturbing elements on this earth. Boy, I can imagine me going to the Capitol and saying this verse. They'll lock me up. Treason! Hang him! Your prowess never deteriorates. You are the property of the transcendental abode, and you descend to relieve the distresses of the cows, brahmanas, and devotees. You possess all mystic powers. What name of Krishna means? he has all mystic powers. What's that? It's at the end of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Yogeshwara. Everybody say it. Ras. He controls all the yogis. He has all control of the mystic powers. That was Sanjaya's last statement in Gita. Wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there's going to be extraordinary opulence, victory, morality, religion. When the master of all, and he uses that word. Everybody say, Yogeshwara. And you are the property of the entire universe. Okay, final statement. Everybody please repeat. Krishna, you are the Almighty God. And I offer you my respectful obeisances. How was that? Did you enjoy that? Good. I enjoyed it too. Where is... Oh, there you are. Shall we do a little kirtan?
Yeah.
May I? All right. Let's do. And then,
Stand up.
as you like, are we going to do an arti? Or we're going to do? All right. That's good. So I sit or stand at your leisure, because I said this was Raganuga program, no hard and fast rules.